So yes, sadly, buying a home, especially your first home, is hard in this current market. So today, as a real estate agent, I'm going to show you some ways that how you can purchase your first home or your second or your third home in this current market. And if you stick around to the very end, I'm going to show you some secrets that you need to know when you go house shop. For those of you who aren't aware of the housing market, it's not like it was 2 years ago, sadly. 2 years ago, there were a lot of homes, new homes being built every single day, and just a thriving economy. But after COVID, a lot of things have changed. Now, there are lower new construction homes due to supply chain and the higher price of lumber. People are moving due to having remote jobs, not having to live in the city. There's just a larger demand of homes as supply is low, and it's just fueling a bidding war and makes everything more expensive. And now, on top of that, interest rates are increasing to over 5% and are to become in the mid 5%. So it's just a hot mess. So let's talk about how you can have a better chance than someone else of purchasing a home. Now, the first thing you'll have to remember in this current market is that your first offer needs to be a strong one. Currently, it is a seller's market and sellers still have control over their homes. 2 years ago, you could offer well below asking and wait for the seller to counter, but today that just won't work. If you underbid, good luck on getting a response on the seller because they'll just straight up ignore you these days. And with inventory being such a record low, multiple buyers are competing for the same available property. So make your first offer as good as it can be and think of it as your best and final offer. This is something that you have to remember. And also ask your real estate agent to see if they can negotiate something else other than price. Some people rather have good people getting their home instead of just worrying about price. So ask your real estate agent if there's any other ways that you can negotiate with the seller. It could either be closing on an earlier date or just things that the seller would rather have than the other buyer. The second thing you'll have to remember is that you're going to have to go in looking at homes expecting you'll have to try multiple times. So don't have any emotional attachment to the homes. I know they say like home sweet home and like you're supposed to have a connection with the home, but in this market you really can't, because every single offer you do and every denied offer you get, you're going to be heartbroken if you think of it as a emotional attachment to a home. So when you go through the offering/writing process of your offer, more than likely you're gonna have to do it more than once and it's gonna be a hassle, but this is what you're going to have to do. Also, when you do write that offer, don't put a contingency for the seller to get back in 24 hours or less. That's just not gonna work. You're gonna have to give more time for the sellers because they aren't going to reach out to you immediately like it was when it was a buyer's market, because they want top dollar and so they're waiting to see as many offers as they can. So give yourself time, give the seller time, make sure your first offer is the first and best offer, and wait and see how it goes. The third tip that I'm going to give you guys is one of the most important things that a lot of people just oversee, and that's going to be when you go house looking or house shopping or house spotting, make sure you lock in your mortgage with your loan officer or with your bank, whoever you are going with to get a loan. Now, loans are increasing every day and you're looking at the 5 to mid 5%. Last month, you were in the 4%. Now this month, you're in the 5% of April. So as you can see, every single day, it's just most likely gonna go up. So get pre-approved, lock in your interest rate so you can save money for your home in the long run of those 30 years. And usually your mortgage rate usually lasts about 30 to 60 days once you lock in your interest rate. That should give you enough time to find a home. Not only that, but you'll also speed up your process for your mortgage, as sellers these days are looking to close in less than 30 days. So technically the standard that people are looking at are less than 21 days. But if it does seem like you are taking longer than the 21 days to find a home or to write a contract or get an offer accepted, have your loan officer extend your mortgage rate to see how long you can extend it for. Some mortgage lenders will often give you about 30 more days, but it just depends on the bank and what they have, or if they have the ability to extend that loan. So always make sure you ask if your mortgage rate is getting closer to that 30 to 60 day mark. On top of that, sellers are more likely to take your offer serious if you have a mortgage pre-approval letter. So make sure you have a pre-approval letter and also you have a mortgage locked in. Now, the fourth and final tip that I will give you guys today is going to be a little bit of a one that a lot of people don't think of, but as a real estate agent, this is something that we look towards for our clients, is you have to start looking at homes below your price point. Let's say you got pre-approved at $400,000. We would tell clients to maybe look at homes in the 370, 375 because usually in a buyer's market, which is not right now, but 2 years ago, buyers looked above their price point, so you could structure your offer a little bit differently and you could probably negotiate. But in these days, you're going to have to expect that every offer you put in is going to add up to become a bidding war. So if you look under your budget, you'll have a chance to make a competitive offer over asking, and you'll probably be able to beat some of the competitors. You'll see in the news saying,
this home sold for $40,000 over asking, blah, 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 blah.
And to be honest, that is technically true. If you go in the rural competitive areas, you're going to see a lot of offers being over asked offers. So make sure you look below your price point and your real estate agent knows. So all the tips that I give you guys are going to be really great, but what's more important than all those tips is to make sure you have a great team. Number one, make sure you find a great real estate agent that is local to the area you're trying to buy. Look at Redfin, look at Zillow, look at Realtor.com. Look who's selling and buying the most homes in that area. Go with them because they have a more better chance of getting you an offer accepted, as every single one that's buying or selling knows that agent. Not only that, but go shop at small local banks and go look at mortgage brokers. When I have a client in my hand, I always recommend a mortgage brokers because they are more willing to get you a better rate on a home than somebody at a bigger bank because they have more requirements. But mortgage brokers make commission off of making sure that you buy a home and that you get a loan from them. So make sure you guys talk with a lot of mortgage brokers. Ask real estate agents if they have any mortgage brokers that they would recommend, and see if you can go to small local banks in your area or in the area that you're trying to purchase. That way you can get great rates so you can save more money. And also, this one is a big one and it's probably required these days, is to make sure you have enough saved up. Enough saved up would be about 20 to 25% of your purchase budget. Make sure you have this because without that, it's going to be a little bit hard for you to purchase a home, especially with competitiveness of other buyers. And also making sure you have a great credit score. I recommend that you have a credit score probably more than 720. That's probably where you're going to get the best rates and just have a better chance of buying a home. And lastly, being able to commit and don't hesitate. When you think it's a great deal, even though you think that you're going to pay over, purchase it because you're never probably not going to have that chance again, and you're probably going to have to wait for a longer time to see if you can get an offer accepted. So if you have that chance, commit and don't hesitate. All right, guys, that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and you thought it was very informative. If you did, make sure you guys like this video and subscribe for a lot of great contents. If you guys have any questions, put it in the comment section below and I'll try and answer as many questions as I can. And good luck on your home buying. Thanks for watching this video and I'll see you guys in the next. Peace.